Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Today is going to be the finale of my first round doing the Project Pan Roulette collaboration. This was a fun project. It was originally created by Rebecca Morgan and Alexy here on YouTube, and they did 2 rounds together, just friends doing a collaboration, and for round 3 they opened it up to everyone, and I jumped on it along with a bunch of other people who were really excited about this project. So it has been going on for 4 months and today is the end of this round. I ended up working on a total of 8 products throughout this project. Only 6 at one time, but 2 got rotated out and 2 more got rotated in. Previously, I did finish 1 item completely up. If you are curious to know what that is, I will leave a link to the playlist in the cards above so that you can catch yourself up if you missed any of the previous updates for this challenge. If you are wondering how a roulette pan works, basically Alexy and Rebecca created a list of 50 different criteria, and we used random.org or a random number generator to choose 6 out of the 50 criteria, and those 6 were the ones we had to link products to. So let's go over the 6 remaining products and see what kind of progress I made on them. My first criteria was a new item in my collection, and for that I chose this Milani setting spray. It was brand new at the start of this project and I really didn't get a chance to use it at all the first month and a half of the project. So this was last month's update, and then here is where I am now. So I did not quite finish this product during this project, but I've made good progress and I think this will be gone by the end of the month. So I think this will be in my October empties, which means this was a success. I got a lot of good use out of this and I stayed focused and worked on this despite the fact that I had a couple of new setting sprays come into my stash over this project. So I'm really happy with that progress and I do anticipate that being in my October empties. The next criteria that I rolled was a product from Colourpop, and since I have an entirely separate project focused on my Super Shock shadows, I decided to work on this Colourpop Lippistix in the shade BFF. It's one of the first lippy sticks that I ever ordered from Colourpop, so it is older in my collection and I wanted to get as much use out of it as I could. I had a goal to use up half of it and I did not meet that goal. I did not actually come close to meeting that goal, but I'm really happy with the progress that I did make, and I'm glad that this project gave me an excuse to work on this for the last few months and enjoy it and get some use out of it. So this is how much is left. It was a brand new product. I think I maybe used it once or twice before the start of this project. So I did get a lot of use out of this over the project, especially in the last month. I think I wore it every single day over the last 30 days. And here is my little graph showing you my progress, and you can see that I did make the most progress over the last month and I really was focusing on it. But this down here was my goal and I wasn't close to meeting it. So I'm really happy with the progress that I made despite that. The next category that I rolled was a colorful eyeliner. A lot of you guys know that I'm working on a kind of tealy blue eyeliner in another project this year. So I had to be careful about what eyeliner I chose. So I went with this Pencil Me In eye accent pencil in the shade Amethyst. I believe this came in like an Ipsy bag some time ago and I really hadn't used it at all. It was pretty much brand new. And I had a goal to make it to the top of this line by the end of the project. So obviously I did not meet my goal on this either, but I did get a lot of use out of this. I tried using it in my eyebrows as an eyebrow pencil, and although that worked okay, I didn't totally love having purple eyebrows. My eyebrow hairs are just so dark naturally that the purple didn't show up the way I wanted it to, and I just was never quite satisfied with it. But I did use it for a couple weeks straight and formed an opinion about purple eyebrows and my thoughts on them. I also had trouble because I am really close to finishing a brown eyeshadow that has been working great as an eyebrow powder. So it was like a toss-up between, did I want to make progress on this or did I want to finish the brown eyeshadow? And in the end, the brown eyeshadow won. So maybe once that brown eyeshadow is gone, I will go back to this, but it was just hard choosing between the two during this project. Over the last 5 days or so, I have been using it as an eyeshadow base with this look right here, and I've been loving it. So I have found ways to incorporate this into looks and different uses for it, and I'm really happy about that, even though I didn't meet my goal. Here is my little drawing for that. This would have been my goal. I was nowhere near meeting the goal. I am so unrealistic, it is ridiculous, but I'm really happy to have made that much progress with it nonetheless. So, there we go. That's where I'm at with that. Up next was an item that highlights, brightens, or illuminates, and for that I rolled in this Tarina Tarantino. This is a light pink matte. It's not shimmery. It's a creamy matte. It's a highlighter with a brush tip. And out of all the products that I put in this project, this has been by far the most used. This and the setting spray have gotten the most use throughout the project. I wish so bad that I could show off how much progress I've made. And of course, I have no idea how much progress I've made, but I've used this like every single day out of the last 3 months for sure, and like 3.5 months, I'd say. And until I get to the end and it's gone, I'm really not going to be able to show any progress. So I have no idea how much progress I've made, but I'm really happy to have had the opportunity to use this. This is another item that was basically untouched prior to it being rolled into this project, and now I've been using it every day. And in fact, it's such a part of my routine that I do plan to continue working on this until it's gone. Whether it gets rolled into another project or not, I'm just going to keep going with it because it's a really great under eye brightener. And I don't have a ton of under eye brighteners. I have a couple, but I'd rather just keep working on this and finish this one than put it away and start working on another one. I'd like to knock this out of my stash and move it out. So that one's gonna stay in rotation, despite the fact that this project is ending today. Okay, the next category that I rolled was something that is special to me, and for that I chose to work on my Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Kindness. This had a nice size pan prior to the start of the project, and then at the very beginning of this project I mixed some argan oil into this pan and kind of repressed it so that it was nice and creamy again, but my pan was gone. Now you can see I tried to avoid like pushing it all the way to the edges, so it's kind of more in the center. And I will admit that I did not use this nearly as much as I would have, but my focus has been on some other items that are in other projects, particularly my Pan That palette and my Baby Pan That palette. And so I did manage to use this for the last 5 days. It's what I have all over my eyelid in conjunction with a lavender Super Shock shadow that's in my Peeping Pans project, the one from the My Little Pony collection in the shade Sunbeam. So I've been layering this one first and then Sunbeam on top of it, and I absolutely love that look. It's, you guys know by now, I think you know I like purple, so any chance I get to use purple, I love it, and I love that I was able to combine using this purple eyeliner as an eye base with this on top of it, working on both products at the same time. It was all really great, and like I said, these projects give me focus with my massive hoard of makeup. I have such a massive amount of makeup that sometimes I don't know what to do, and these projects just help me streamline my morning routine, streamline my makeup, but it also allows me to find combinations that I never would have otherwise. I just wouldn't have bothered, and putting these items in these projects really forced me to be creative and discover new combinations that I otherwise wouldn't have, and this one was a good combination that I'd like to come back to, you know, sooner rather than later for sure. The last item in this project is one that just got rolled in at the last update, and that was for the category A Product I Don't Like. Now, I said this last month, but I don't know if I don't like it. I had never even used it before, but I wasn't sure if I liked it, so I felt like that was appropriate enough to fit into this category, and that is this eyeshadow single from e.l.f. It doesn't even have a name. It was part of like a holiday set from last year, or maybe the year before, or maybe the year before that. And I'd just been sitting around with my single eyeshadows, and I'd never used it. And so I pulled it out to use in conjunction with that amethyst eyeliner for my eyebrows. And so for about 2 weeks straight, I used the two together in my eyebrows. And I thought this did a good job as an eyebrow powder. I never actually even used it as an eyeshadow since rolling it into this project last month, but I got enough use out of this to see that it has pigment in it. It does what it's supposed to do, and it's not something I want to declutter or get rid of, at least today. And I'm glad that it looks a little roughed up. I mean, you can see for yourself that it is no longer brand new. There's no dips or anything in it, but I did use it for a couple weeks straight in my eyebrows, and it was really fun to play around with it. So again, a product that I never would have even looked at had it not been for this project. So I did not meet a ton of goals throughout the last 4 months in this particular project, but just the very fact that I had the opportunity to explore my collection, to explore some products that hadn't been touched in months and months, if not years and years, is really exciting for me and a lot of fun. As far as plans for these 6 products that are still in my stash, still remaining, not finished, not gone, let me give you an idea of what I'm thinking. This does not need to be rolled into another project because it is almost gone. So I'm just gonna keep working on this on my own, and hopefully it'll be in my October empties. As for these 5, I don't have immediate plans to roll them into projects, but I would really like to roll one of them into the next round of this project. So when the Project Pan Roulette collab starts up on November 15th, I would like to have one of these products continue to be in it so I can continue to work on them. Like I said, this Tarina Tarantino concealer is gonna get worked on no matter what. So that might not get rolled into another project either, especially since I can't mark progress on it, and it's just kind of like boring to talk about a product that you can't show or measure progress on. But this is gonna stay in my everyday rotation. And until the November 15th introduction begins, I might put these 4 aside for now so that I could focus on other eyeliners, other lipsticks, and other eyeshadows that are in other projects. I am really, really happy to say that Rebecca and Alexy have decided to do another round of this project. For me, it will be round 2. For them, it'll be round 4, and it'll be starting on November 15th. There's a ton of people that I'm friends with that are also doing this project as well. So I know we're all really excited to be given the opportunity to join in on another round. If you are interested in joining in this project and you think November 15th would be a good time for you to start, please contact Alexy or Rebecca. I'm gonna leave their channels linked down below, as well as their Instagram accounts, so that you could find them and give them a direct message or something and let them know that you're interested in joining, because they will send you the list of the 50 categories that are used to choose the products for this project. All right, that was a mouthful. Thank you guys so much for watching this finale and joining me along for this project, and I will see you guys in the next video, and I will meet you back here on November 15th for the introduction of the next round of this project. Bye.